Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully we're back. We're waiting for Carrie and Satori to come in. Apparently when the guys came to visit from the future, they broke the live stream. So let me know if you guys can see us and if we're back live again.
Are we live again?
I think so. That was odd. So
Jason, well, that was weird. That was
Oh my gosh.
weird. But I was telling Satori, I have a visitor at the moment in my house who has been playing with a lot of electronics. So it could be that guy as well. So looks like people can see us. People will hopefully stop and hop back on.
Good. I'm resharing the new show.
Yeah, we're back.
Yes, we're back.
All
right, now
what the
everybody's
hell?
hopping back in.
Hi, everybody. Aw.
That was so weird. Okay, so before the Paranormal Brothers broke our show.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
And then promptly fixed it. We were going to start talking about what we're getting into tonight, which we're going to get into grounding, protection, and crystals. And that's three areas that the three of us know quite a bit about.
Yes.
And I don't know, where do we want to kind of start, ladies? What's your preference?
Well, okay, so let's piggyback off of meditation. I think that protecting and grounding kind of is like the next thing in line with that. Yeah. So especially if you're a paranormal investigator, protecting and grounding is crucial to your work as a paranormal investigator. The folks that I investigate with and the folks that train me as an investigator, never go into a building without protecting yourself, grounding yourself, however it is you want to do that. And we'll go into some of the ways that we do that for ourselves. But especially if you are a psychic medium, a psychic, you're sensitive, whatever it is, you're an empath, you definitely want to protect your energy when you go into a haunted location. Yeah. So Satori, as our beautiful guest, would you like to tell everybody how you protect and ground yourself just in general, and then like when you do an investigation?
Yeah, so I have a couple different things I do. Now, a lot of people think talking to spirits means that, I have this whole very big routine to how I protect myself before I go into places. I don't. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in ground rules and your intention being the real protector there. I was also raised by somebody two somebodies, both my parents taught me that intention is very powerful and you have to be careful with what you use your intention on, as well as do not show fear when going into something because your fear generates energy.
Yeah, so for sure.
If you're afraid of something, they're going to know that. So don't be. So what I do when I go into investigations or even just day to day, I just kind of put walls up. I envision like putting walls around myself, kind of this protective layer. I tell myself that nothing, unless I allow it to, has the ability to come into my space.
Yeah. Right.
Also, when it comes to wearing protection, I guess it's kind of become associated with me. I make protection bottles. So I combine herbs and crystals and things like that I gather myself for protective properties. And I make a bottle and I wear it as a necklace. I make them for a lot of other people as well. I sell them in my shop. I'm also a big crystal.
We have them.
Yeah, I make them a lot. And I'm a big crystal holder. I surround myself with stones and things that hold different properties. So that's what I do.
Love that.
Cool. Aaron, how about you?
Similar kind of thing. I mean, obviously I don't investigate. I've obviously learned a lot from, both of you ladies in that arena, but I think same thing. I agree with Satori. I think intention kind of holds the key to everything. Mm-hmm. And I think at our former employer, I learned a lot about being very specific with your intention because, you have to be aware that the spirits are aware of what you're saying and they already know what your intention is. And I think a lot of times they just want to hear you say it.
Right. Yeah. So there's no hiding that. Like everybody has a reputation in the spirit world.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, that was something I really learned was really important. And I try, like, if I was going to go spend, like, if I knew a big thing was coming up, even like at a Paracon or whatever, I'm already trying to ground. So, that's meditation. I do a lot of clearing with incense. And I think that's also because I'm in the middle of moving, so I don't have a lot of crystals, but I still have all of my incense. So we learned frankincense and myrrh, which this is probably backwards, are one stick, and then dragon's blood God, I'm so bad at this whole camera thing. Can you tell?
No, you got
Help
it.
me, Satori.
Yes.
We need Cody with his fancy stick camera to fix this. But that for me, I do a lot of sage and then selenite as well. Selenite wand, I always call like the dustbuster of crystals. And that for me.
You do. I thought that was so funny. I was like,
yeah.
Now I can't unhear it.
Well, it's like it's one of the few stones that doesn't have to be cleared of energy. It does that for everything else, right? So for me, I learned from my first mentor, you buy like a little wand and they're not expensive. And you just kind of roll it over your body everywhere and just visualize it sucking up all the shit you picked up during your day.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I can do that before and after. If I go in before, there it is, selenite stick right there, or wand, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You can kind of clear yourself before a little bit. And I also think that helps ground. I'm a big fan of earthing, I guess, walking, standing with my feet. I live by the beach, so feet in the sand, feet in the grass.
Me too. Yeah, feet in the grass. Yeah.
Visualizing, stuff leaving through my feet or roots in your feet. And those are kind of the ones I typically go most to, but I also love crystals. So I have several of Satori's. They're also packed. All of my crystals are boxed, but these girls can tell you, I love that shit. I ran out of space to put them in here. And
oh yeah. She's got tons.
But they each serve a specific purpose. And so that's kind of how I ground and protect as well. And then I try to do a lot of the same things on the back end. So my process kind of looks the same front and back. I use the same tools.
Yeah.
How about you?
So pretty much it's kind of a culmination of what both of you guys do. We just sort of, especially when I'm at an investigation, which is primarily when I'm protecting myself. I had a lot of warding around my house, a lot of angel warding. I have St. Michael medals buried on all four corners of my home. So, and nobody can come, no spirit can come into my house without express permission from me. So, and I'm home a lot. Like I don't go and investigate like all the time, but when I do, that's primarily when I'm protecting and grounding myself. And generally it'll just be like, take a moment by myself, putting my hand on the building and just kind of meditating for a few minutes, grounding myself with the building. Like you said, Erin, let them know what my intention is. I'm here to spend some time with you this evening. I'd like to talk to you. If you want to tell me your story, if you want to answer my questions, that's great. I'm going to be here for a few hours with you. My intention is not to annoy you, bother you, anything like that. I just want to get to know you and hear what it is you might have to, want to say to me. And then the same thing when I leave is like, thank you so much for your time. Because it's very important to set that outgoing intention as well. Like you have to stay here. You cannot follow me home. So that, especially being an evidential medium, that is kind of crucial too. And I only use my abilities for my paranormal work. So it's kind of crucial to my investigations. And, but otherwise, just there are some days where I just feel completely out of sorts and I don't ground myself at home all the time, but there are days where I will go out in my backyard and be like, I'm a hot mess today. I've been a hot mess for a couple of days. I need to just kind of reset, and grounding helps me do that. And I do go into my backyard and I kind of meditate and I just listen to nature. I listen to the wind. I listen to the birds. I listen to the rustling of the leaves. And that really does help me as well. So that's pretty much how I do it. And then I do like to use crystals, but I don't actually use them as much as you girls do. I certainly do when I am working with, when I'm meditating, when I'm talking to my guides, or if I'm studying the Akashic records, I do use them. But mostly they just kind of, I have them around like on my work desk and, my
they take over
desk. They kind of take over. I have a bunch. But I do like to keep them near me. Near
Very
me
important.
As much as I can. I do have a selenite angel and a piece of black tourmaline that I keep at my foyer window that I bought before we moved into this house because we knew we were building the house. And so I went to Sedona and I I was like, this is what we're doing and this is what I want to have. And she's like, you need a selenite angel, you need this black tourmaline. And so we keep it by our front door to just protect the house at all times.
And that's good. That's good. That's kind of, Erin uses crystal. I have to admit, Erin uses crystals a bit more than even I do. I'm kind of the same way, Carrie, as I keep the crystals by me. I wear the crystals for their properties. I'll keep them on me. They're surrounded everywhere. Like they're under my pillow, in my doorway, on windowsills, everywhere. That's how I use them for sure.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where, you know, because I obviously do Reiki, but I'm a certified crystal healer as well. So I tend to kind of like for sessions, I'm kind of intuitively trying to choose what they need before I know kind of what the session is going to look like. But I think for a lot of people, when you're talking about crystals, they get kind of nervous because they're like, oh, I need to know about everything I'm buying. I need to know exactly what it is I'm looking for. That's bullshit. I think you put them in your little hands like a 5-year-old and you buy the ones that feel good.
Kind of. Yeah. That is exactly what I do. Yep.
And then you get back and then you find out what they are, or you know, if you have the names, and then you find out what they are used for. And then you're like, oh, that's exactly what I needed.
Exactly
right?
it. That's exactly it. And I mean, I found out that I feel like everybody has a crystal or a series of crystals that they're more drawn to that are meant for them, like a crystal associated with that person, if that makes sense. That's just kind of how I feel about things. And I didn't know back when I didn't know anything about crystals. And like I walked into a crystal store one day and I just beelined it for the back of the shop. And I walked to the back and I picked up a stone and I said, this is mine. This is supposed to be mine. Everything about this stone is supposed to be me. And I just took it home. It was labradorite. And that's how I knew that I am obsessed. Like I have at least 50 to 60 pieces of labradorite.
Yes. This was I love it. I don't know why. I was at Gettysburg 2 years ago and walked into a crystal shop and I saw this beautiful little tiny thing and it like refracted really cool. And it was like, it had this beautiful light in it. And I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. I love it so much. And so this little piece, I bought it. And then I just started like bigger pieces and bigger. And I have a big necklace and I have 2 necklaces actually. And I have that purple labradorite that I got from your shop. And there's just something about it that speaks to me in a way that no other crystal does. But I had no idea when I first bought this little guy, what it was, what it did. And I was just like, look how pretty it's sparkles on the inside, you know? So
Satori and I can usually be found like this. One crystal in one hand, one crystal in the other, holding them like, oh, pretty, shiny.
Yep.
You kind of have to feel them. Like you kind of have to... you know, touch them and
feel the vibration of them.
Put them in your hands. Because again, they all have their own frequency. They all serve, you know, specific purpose. And, you know, obviously lots of them serve multiple purposes, which, you know, I'm sure we'll get into. But, you know, so she's labradorite. I'm a fluorite. Carrie, you're lab too, right?
I'm lab too,
especially the purple. And I'm a fluorite junkie. They'll tell you any store I walk into, I go somehow just straight to the fluorite.
Fluorite is a really interesting crystal. It's a very beautiful, like green, purple, like I just love everything about, you know, and here's the thing, earth science, geology, in high school, I could not have been more bored. I really couldn't.
Right.
But in museums, it's the first place I go.
Yeah.
It's just so, they're all just so stunning. Even the ones that are raw. I am a big fan of raw crystals. We put a lot of raw crystals, solely raw, well, not solely, in our products. We top them with raw crystals. I just think that the energy is a little bit more. And Satori, actually, you are more familiar with crystals, but tell me if I'm on the right path with this, that the vibration of a raw crystal just seems to be a little bit stronger than like the tumbled.
Yes, it seems that people gravitate more energy-wise towards rough or raw stones before tumbled stones. Yes.
Okay. And is it just like the method of the tumbling? Do we know, like, do you have any like guesses as to why that would be?
There's different theories. It really does depend on the person and their tastes. I think personally, I gravitate more towards raw or untumbled stones because I feel like it hasn't really been, it hasn't been morphed. It hasn't been grinded down and polished.
It's more in its natural state. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And like Tom just mentioned, because people are kind of running through some of their favorites. I'm popping them up. And you guys, if you have questions, put them in the comments. We'll try to get to questions if we have time. But like Tom put clear quartz, and clear quartz, as you all know, is a master healer, but it's also a huge amplifiers. So I know for me, I use a lot of clear quartz if I'm working with, like in a session or several other things. I just use the clear quartz to amplify the other energy of any other tools I'm working with. And it doesn't even, I don't think it has to be crystals. It can amplify anything you're working with, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you the more you learn about them, the more you learn all these different functions that they have. And you're right, like geology information in high school, it was like next. I had no idea. And now it's like I can't buy enough.
I know. And I'm reading enough about it. And I really would love to be able to go back to my earth science teacher and apologize and be like, I'm really sorry.
I should have listened more.
I really should have, just so you know. I did learn the lesson about 30 years later, but listen,
I was very, very wrong, and I'm sorry.
Right? But no, I couldn't. It was probably the main class that I ditched. I was like, this is boring as fuck. I'm out of here.
Same.
So,
Same.
but
They didn't show us the pretty ones, though. They only showed us boring stuff. Granite.
Oh god.
Not that it doesn't have its own property, but give me something shiny I can.
Right. All the levels of all the sediments and and I'm like, I don't even care about anything.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how I was. And if you guys want to go to a spot that has such gorgeous stones in a museum type setting, like under lights, all sorts of stuff, go to Sterling Hill Mining Museum. And you go in and you'll walk in and there's like black lights on stones and they glow. There's stones that hold different kinds of like properties in that. Like there's huge, ginormous stones and and it's gorgeous. So if you want,
you ever go to gem shows?
I have not been to a gem show, mostly because if you want to go to a gem show, you have to have, like proof of your business and make so many sales to get in. And
gotcha. Okay.
But I'm going to start going to gem shows soon. I've been talking with my mom about it. So
that's dangerous.
I'm telling you what, I love that part of TikTok. Like there's this TikTok I follow, the Dream Den Crystals. They just went to the Denver gem show and just seeing some of the things that people have. And I thought of you because they found this beautiful frog carving out of blue lace agate. And I was like, I totally see this in Satori's house. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm sure it was probably like $459,000 or whatever. But it was just, and like that amethyst chair that I sent you that one day, Erin, that it's a huge like it's a chair. And I'm like, I need that chair.
It's a literal chair.
Yeah, it's a literal chair. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Tucson has a good gem show. There's Denver. If you guys have gem shows around you, pop it in the chat. Like, let us know. Yeah.
Kansas City apparently has one.
Kansas City.
You can't tell me about something so amazing like a frog crystal sculpture and then go, by the way, it's probably like $450,000.
By the way.
And I'm sitting here like, I live with my parents. I have like $75. You can't just buy me over like this.
Right? I'm telling you what.
Such a tease.
I know.
Such a tease.
And it was huge too. She was like holding it with both hands. It was giant.
The lights like shining down. The angels
I
are
need
singing.
to, you know what? You guys talk amongst yourselves because I absolutely have to find this TikTok to send to her.
Oh my gosh. Oh, talk amongst I love
talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
Well, somebody brought up frogs. So.
Frogs are the most amazing creatures ever. They are, if you ask me what my favorite creatures on this planet are, it's, well, Cody. Then there's butterflies. I love butterflies. And then there's frogs. And I don't know why. Something about them are just, they're the cutest things. I literally have researched how to safely handle frogs, what kinds of frogs you can handle without harming them. Like I've done the research, okay? And ask Erin. I visit Erin. I have visited Erin. And like one of the biggest things I've done is just go chase after frogs and collect them.
All of the neighbors have ring footage of Cody and Satori with their flashlights outside.
Just here for the frogs.
Just here for the frogs, right? And the lizards. And if you can't find them, it's like they're outside somewhere.
Yeah,
we
y'all were doing that just
a
recently.
frog got in our house the other night. We had ordered dinner and Coy went to go pick it up off the patio. And he goes, Mom, could you come here? My mother is terrified of frogs. And she was in the living room with me and he goes, Mom, could you come here? And I'm like, okay, what? And he goes, there's a frog got in the house. And it was like getting ready to like try to hop up the stairs. And I was like, shit. And so we were chasing, like subtly trying to chase it through her craft room with a solo cup and a cardboard. And I was like, I can't. And I went to catch it and it hopped and I squished it, but it didn't hurt it. And I was like, oh my God, I squished it. And then it just kind of like had this crease in its back. And then he just hopped and the crease went away. And I was like, he reinflated himself. And so then we caught him and threw him out the door. And my mom's like, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing, everything's fine. She was like, you're lying. What got in the house? And I'm like, a little green frog.
No, I can't contain myself when I see a frog. Like there was one time we were doing a tour at a haunted house that shall not be named. And while I was doing the tour there, I turn around in the basement and I see eyes with my flashlight. And I have a group of like 13, 14 people. And I scream, but not like a scare scream, like a scream of joy.
Oh.
And I pick him up during the tour and it's the biggest.
The bullfrog?
Yeah, it was huge. And everybody's like, don't touch it. I'm like, I'm gonna touch it. Like, I don't know how it got in the basement.
She's like,
aren't some of them poisonous though?
Some of them, some of them can be, yes. So you have to be careful about what frogs you touch. And also, if you're going to touch a frog, you have to make sure you have clean, dry hands and you know, be careful, or make sure your hands are just the slightest bit moist. Sorry if you hate that word. Because sometimes your skin can affect them negatively.
Oh wow, okay.
Like the oils in your skin. So
interesting
about that.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of frogs. I don't like things that hop because you never know which direction they're going to go. But frogs are not a big deal for me, and that was weird because we just moved here from Arizona and we live in North Carolina, and there's a lot of fucking frogs here. And but frogs don't bother me at all. I name them. We actually have Jacques and Evangeline that come out on our patio every night.
Of course,
they are Jacques and Evangeline.
I love it.
My dogs don't bother them either. They just sniff them, and then the frogs hop away, and then my dogs get offended and bored, and then walk off, which I'm glad for because they can make dogs sick. But
yes.
Yeah.
Down here, it's the frogs and the lizards. And I have people that live across the street from us. They're from Maine, funny enough. They terrified of lizards. I'm like, then what the fuck are you doing living down here? Because the Satori will tell you, you walk out my door, front or back, and it's like the Red Sea. They just scatter everywhere.
Oh, I love that.
You know, 15, 20 of them. They're moving in every direction.
Lizards rather than roaches, I'm here for. Do it.
I love the little lizards
all day long. Roaches, no.
I love lizards. I love it. Cody's texting me right now. Sorry.
Jonathan said the bullfrogs down south are huge. A bullfrog screamed at me. A bullfrog.
Well, listen, the bullfrogs in Rhode Island don't scream, but they make all kinds of loud ass noises up there.
Oh, they do. They do.
Like, a bullfrog screamed at me. I'm sorry. I think that is so funny. I absolutely love that, Jonathan.
See how we've gone? We went this way, and then
we were talking about protection, grounding, and crystals, and now we're talking about bullfrogs.
This is the problem. This is why you can't have me on a show.
No, but this is part. But think about it though. You're out
literally how my conversations with Aaron go on the phone.
This is why we're all friends, because it's squirrel central. That's why we set this up to be a disaster, because it's going to be, and then we cannot disappoint at that stage, right? So, I think too. But because I'm going to tie this back in. Watch me do this shit. When you're outside playing with frogs and lizards, you're out in nature. So you're tapping into Mother Earth's grounding energy naturally. Yeah. You see what I did there?
You connected well.
Oh,
you did good.
Dragon Ranger, I will definitely do that. I think I have that here. I just have to find it. Give me a second.
Oh, wait, here. Sorry. I don't know. Aaron, if I send you this TikTok, would you be able to play it on the show so people could see the beautiful?
Probably. We can try it.
This could go good, or this could
go good or bad. We'll see what happens.
I'm sorry. It's just I thought of her the minute I saw it, and I was like, I've got to. Never mind. You can't.
Just text it to me. I'll watch it later.
Yeah, we can watch it later.
Yeah, I can't.
So for Dragon Ranger, just to let you know, we're on the Dead Air Full Spectrum network on YouTube. So I will get that over to you once I can put my hands on it. We are.
I know,
flying by the
Sandy.
seat of
Oh,
our
well,
pants.
all right. Hang on. I can do that. That I can do. So you know some TikToks you can't save? This is
That's one of them.
Yeah, which is
Oh.
dumb. I can pause it though. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
I reposted it. Here, let's see.
Are you going to try and show it that way?
I'm gonna try and show it that way. I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's blue lace agate. And the other one's a dragon.
Cool. Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Isn't that so cool? I was dying. I was like, oh my God.
I got a question for you, ladies.
So everybody, we're starting a GoFundMe for to
Right.
buy this for Satori.
To forget all the money I lost in a barn fire.
Right.
Seriously, just you know,
Right.
what? It doesn't matter. This
Screw
is
it.
what,
It's
this
going to go
will-
to crystals anyway. I mean, come on.
this will make her whole.
Oh gosh.
God.
Oh God.
love
I know,
it.
Melissa. It's gorgeous. It's
Oh man.
gorgeous.
It's so
Man.
awesome.
And I love
Well,
blue
and
lace agate.
I do think it's funny how you do tend to end up kind of having like your heart crystal, like kind of the thing that's your absolute favorite, the thing you can't like function without.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I know, like, for the grounding, the one thing we haven't really covered as far as grounding goes, and this is really all I have to work with since everything else is in boxes, but for protection wise, because I know Jeff Hilton had reached out and asked us about grounding and protection and meditation, and do you have to do one before the other? I think no. You can kind of figure them all out at the same time, but I think one of the best ways to kind of figure out protection as far as using crystals and with grounding is black. Anything black.
Oh man.
Like, this is a toothless dragon because I'm obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. Sorry, I'm 45 and still a giant child.
No, it's
But
fine,
he's
so am I.
obsidian.
It's valid. I'm
It's
obsessed
right.
with it too.
Yeah.
Tiny things, yeah, especially crystal tiny things.
Mhm.
So this is obsidian. Sorry,
I love obsidian. It's become one of my newest favorite crystals.
Yep.
Yeah,
And the black
for sure.
tourmaline. I always
And black
have that. I
tourmaline.
even keep that in my car.
Yep.
Also another
Mhm.
thing, a lot of people I've seen people get big chunks of black tourmaline because it's not super expensive,
Me too,
and
Alan.
put it by their front door, and they'll have people, like touch it to kind of clear their energy before they walk in a space.
Yeah.
Or like you keep it in your pocket for just, I always kind of visualize a crystal taking the hit for me. Like, my biggest issue is if I go shopping.
Oh,
right?
that's kind of genius. I like that idea.
Yeah. So like if you go to Target, because this is normally where I get screwed. I'll go to Target and I'm fine. I'm in a good mood. I'm stoked to go to Target. I'm going to buy 400 things I don't need like normal, and I'm going to go home. And then I get home and now I'm being an asshole for absolutely no reason. So I have to sit there and be like, what the hell happened? I call it getting sideswiped.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was happening quite a bit. And I was grounding before I went in, but then I started bringing the black stones in places with me in my pocket or as a bracelet, necklace, whatever you want to do. But my intention anytime I go anywhere with these is I'm asking you to take the hit for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Is sort of how I look at it. Because then it kind of gives them a specific function. What else do I have over here?
It depends on the stone too, because certain stones will are believed to take the negative or toxic energy in the environment and kind of absorb that and kind of terminate it that way, kind of like tourmaline. And then there's stones that are designed that are believed to almost kind of be like that little force field that takes that hit and kind of takes that negative energy and bounces it away.
Yeah.
So
I like that idea, Marie.
Obsidian, lava stone, tiger's eye, all those stones. Amethyst, even amethyst is a protective stone as well.
Yeah,
it's also the sobriety stone. Amethyst is a sobriety stone.
Yep.
Is it really?
It's
that's cool. I didn't know that. I like that.
Yeah, but I think you're hitting on something interesting because there's so many of these stones that have a gazillion different purposes. I mean, amethyst is also good with enhancing your connection with your third eye to spirit. I mean, it's kind of runs the gamut with a lot of them. So you kind of have to, as you're picking them out and feeling them out, and then when you get home and learning about what they are, you kind of get to decide what the crystal does for you. I think you can, just like anything else, set the intention with your crystals and how you need them to help you.
Absolutely.
Right? I love that.
Let's talk about different ways to hang on to crystals, because I don't know about you ladies. I cannot put a crystal in my bra because I will forget that they're there because I have the attention span of a flea. and I'll get home, take the bra off, and then the crystals will go all
clattering rocks out of your.
It's happened. So we just don't do that anymore. Do you have a favorite way? See, Satori, shit show. Do you have a specific way you like to either wear your crystals, carry your crystals, keep them on your person? What do you guys prefer to typically do?
If my mom's watching, she's gonna love me telling this story. So I was out at dinner with my mom, and we were at like banquet hall, and we were eating. And while we were sitting down at the table, I was trying to find something, I think, in my pocket, and I told her, I was like, I have some crystals in my pocket, and she's like, you do? I'm like, yeah. And I start whipping them out, and it's like huge chunks.
Oh my god.
No, like I don't know why, but I love holding them in my pockets. Like that's my thing.
The tactile side of it.
Yeah, so I'm taking them out and I'm just piling them up, and my mom's like, why do you have rocks in your pocket? Like, and I'm getting like reprimanded, and I'm getting lectured by my mom at dinner because I can't carry that many rocks in my pocket. So then she started to, we kind of had this thought together, and we were like, well, why don't we wear the crystals? You know, let's focus more on wearing the crystals instead of just hoarding them in your pockets. So it looks less weird. So that's when I decided, I'm like, I'll start wearing more crystal bracelets and necklaces and things, and only carry tiny stones in my pockets now instead of ginormous chunks of rock.
That's what I do. I prefer to wear them as jewelry.
Yeah,
you too.
Keep them in my pocket, largely because I will forget they're in my pocket, and then I'll wash them in the washer, which won't hurt them, I hope, unless it's one of the ites. But also it will mess up my washer, and I pay a lot of money for that. So I don't want to be washing rocks in my washer. Tammy, how do you pronounce this? Numite? Yeah.
Oh, is that what your pendulum is?
Zach gave it to me. Actually,
nice.
Zach bought all of the pendulums that we put in the gift bags for the OSR event that we did. And he chose this one for me because he said that he thought it would just be a really good crystal for me. And I'd never heard of it before. So now that Tammy said that, I really like it. I named it Jerry, because that's just the name that came to me when I said, what should we name you? And then Jerry popped in my head. So this is Jerry. But yeah, it's nice new Umite.
Your mom's on Satori.
Hi, mommy.
Oh, she is.
Her pockets.
Her mom. Hi.
And then
her mom.
Hi, Miss Kristen. She is the clapback queen. Sorry,
my mom,
but it is what it is. She's so funny.
She is. Yeah, her actually, and Cody's mom.
Oh my
God. Cody, now she puts them in my pocket.
Yeah. Both Cody's mom and my mom. Yeah, they're both. I don't know. If you guys have a problem,
tell you what, moms, man, they will savage anybody that is attacking their kids.
My mom is so talented when it comes to, we call them clapbacks. That's what we call them in our group. But she's also she's so witty, and she's so funny, and she's blunt. She'll tell you how it is, whether you want to hear it or not. And everybody's always like, why are you the way that you are? Like, why like with my comebacks, and I'll say anything. I don't care. What do you
like Exhibit A?
Yeah. So, and then I'm like, I get it from my mom. That's
1,000%. My mother has always told me and my son that children learn what they live.
Yeah.
And I am the exact same way. My mom and my grandmother, they don't like you. They don't whatever. They don't hold it back. And I don't either. It's one, as I've gotten older, I've learned to choose my battles more wisely. But when I was younger, man, I was telling everybody where the fuck to go. So for sure.
I was raised by two amazing parents. So thankfully I will say I was raised very well. But there are times when like something happens and my mom says something, I'm like, Mom, you put me to shame.
A little bit,
so
yes.
Like,
Mom, why'd you say that?
That's my mom. And if she's laughing, she's probably watching and laughing right now because it's true. I'm like, Mom.
I really feel like your mom, Erin, your mom, my mom, they all would be really good friends.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just
probably all are, and we don't even know it.
Probably. Oh my God.
It's probably
I gotta text my mom.
moms.
We're gonna have a mom show.
Yeah.
We really know each other.
And
We're just not
idea,
aware.
new show.
New
The moms
show.
of paranormal children.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That would be
That would
amazing.
be a fun show.
Talking about Miss Kristen Hawes, because we're gonna have to go through that whole thing. Because of course, as much as your dad hates when I call him Mr. Hawes, your mom is a Southern lady, so she can relate to me calling her Miss Hawes or Miss Kristen.
Wait, is Cody's dad Ken? Now
No.
we're starting rumors.
No, they act
No.
like it, but no.
No, surrogate.
Way off the
kids.
rails.
We're sort of adopted kids of the DaCostas. But talking about your mom and crystals, can we talk about the amazing wire wrapping that woman
Can we
do?
please talk about this?
Can I show some pictures?
Yes.
It's stunning.
You can.
All right,
Oh
let me
my
find
God.
them.
This
We're
is
gonna hype up my
amazing.
mom tonight. This is all my mom.
Look
I
at
mean, look
this.
at that. Are you kidding?
That is such intricate work that requires a level of patience I just will never possess. Look at that. Look at that. It's
a
bubbles
cauldron.
coming out of the cauldron. It's little bubbles.
They're so good. They're so good.
It's so good.
Did she just like decide, I'm just gonna try this and see what happens? And it was like, oh,
My
good at
mom.
this.
My mom is so talented. Like, and she doesn't give herself enough credit for it. Like everything if she puts her mind to something, she can do it. And it's just better. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like she'll just start painting and it's like the most beautiful garbage painting
You've ever seen that.
you will see.
Right.
And I'm like, Mom, you need to be selling your artwork. And then I decided, I was like, I want to open an Etsy shop. We should, try to do something with that. And my mom is my business partner. So I will find stones, we'll choose stones together. And my mom will just I don't know. It's like she gets a vision in her head or she just lets her hands just guide her to see what happens. And she'll come up with these amazingly intricate things. I'm wearing one of her pieces right now that I cut.
The pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin.
Look at that. Look at the little curly cues.
Here, I'm gonna try and
oh my.
Nope, that's not what we wanted. We don't
What
want my
happened?
face there. I was trying to show.
What is happening?
There, it's better.
No.
I was trying to just show her, but I don't know how to work this.
It's so
gorgeous.
beautiful. Question: if she's still in the chat, yeah, my children are definitely paranormal. Kristen, how long does it take you to do one necklace? If you're still in the chat, do you know?
My gosh, it depends. It depends on how intricate it is, and it depends on how my mom is feeling. Sometimes, some days she's on it. She'll make 2, 3 or so a day. And she'll just sit down and just keep going and she'll keep whipping them out. And then there's some days where she's like, it doesn't feel right or I'm frustrated. I need to give myself some time and I'll get back to it. So it can take her anywhere between some days she's just whipping them out multiple times a day. And then sometimes it'll take a couple days depending on the detail.
Gotta let those creative juices flow. Well, do you want to go ahead and talk about your shop a little bit more so we can, well, Carrie, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this now since I'm squirreling and I'm in charge of the buttons.
Sounds great.
We know we've got a lot of people that are either have their own small businesses, like these two ladies here. I can't. You get the idea.
You guys are right here for me.
Aaron,
I have
you guys are up
my
there.
cameras backwards. I can't. I can't.
Okay.
But we decided it would be smart. Carrie brought this up to have one day a week where we can have people on our Facebook page promote their small business. So,
or just anything that you do that you're proud of.
For example,
anything. Yes, this is what we're calling.
Carrie found
Humility
that
Fridays.
Oh, yeah. So screw Humility Fridays. So we want you to brag about yourself. So as this says, job promotion, new squat record, have a third nipple, win your third grade spelling bee, bake an amazing chocolate chip cookie. We're gonna have that on Fridays. So anybody that wants to pump themselves up for whatever reason on Fridays on our Facebook page, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, we absolutely want you to do it.
I love it.
Absolutely. And Sandy Andrews, actually, I'm calling you out because your cardinal, she made this paper lantern on her Cricut that was a cardinal. She shared it and she's trying to figure out how to get the twinkle lights in it. It is the most intricate, stunning thing I have ever seen. Yes. Right. See, Kristen, the necklaces, oh my God, anybody that's doing anything, that, like third grade spelling bee, Tell us. If you have a third nipple, come on, Chandler it up. We want to hear it. Like, we absolutely, Erin and I want this Facebook page to be a real, genuine community where we lift each other up, and we are not afraid to brag about the amazing things that we're doing, even if we're the only ones that think that they're amazing. I'll brag for Satori and Chris because they won't.
Thanks, Bob.
Sounds about right. So I figure since we got Satori and we're going to do Carrie's too, Satori has this amazing line, and if you want to take it away, and once you're done explaining, I'll throw some pictures up about it.
Okay. So I have a Etsy shop. As of right now, it's an Etsy shop. And like I said, my mother and I are business partners. We create crystal jewelry. So again, I'll choose a stone. My mom will make necklaces out of it, or we'll choose a stone together that she feels drawn to. We'll make unique necklaces out of it. Each one is unique. No one is created exactly the same, which I think is really important because that allows somebody to find their own unique piece of jewelry for them. Also, I make crystal bracelets. I will hand string beads, like crystal beads, into bracelets with charms and things like that as well. And we have all sorts of fun things, mystery crystals that you can get, all sorts of fun things in the shop. It's called Handmade by Hawes. I assume that would be easier to remember than anything else I could think of. So if you go,
there's the link below. I'll also throw it in the chat as well so people can see it. But let me show some of these ridiculous pictures that Satori sent to us that she put on her social media the other day, and I'm just showing this one because it's like the coolest picture ever.
I love it. Isn't that just so stunning? And like the fact that like the cape and like is see-through and it's just sort of very ethereal. Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Right?
Look at that.
It takes a lot of confidence to pose for these things.
And this one,
I love that one.
That one actually was an accident. So my mom she again, super talented with everything. She's also a photographer, so she's super good with it. So like that photo of me spinning, I wasn't actually posing. I was turning back to see if she was following me out of the cemetery.
Oh my God, I love it. And those kinds of
I'm just flipping through them all because why not?
What the hell is the word I'm looking for here, Erin? Those kind of the pictures where Satori was just turning around to see if she was following her. Candid. Thank you.
Candid. Yep.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that
word.
Yeah, that word. Thank you, Erin. Those kinds that I have to have. I'm sorry, I'm obsessed with the cauldron.
Yeah.
My mom has been making cauldrons nonstop. So many people.
I bet
love them, and I love them too. That's a coffin. That's a labradorite coffin. So we're going to be making a couple more coffins as well.
I think I need a labradorite coffin.
And that's a fidget. So we have fidget necklaces. So if you have anxiety or you're stressed and you really need to hold on to something, my mom makes necklaces with spheres so you can spin them in the necklace and it won't come out. So you can kind of fiddle with it when you're anxious.
I love that. My son used to have those. When he was in school.
Yes.
Yeah. The bracelet.
Yes.
You had it on for your live show the other night. That bracelet was incredible.
A couple of them right now. Yeah. So she started making crystal bracelets out of wire. So here's one right here.
Oh my God.
Fire quartz and aged copper, and it's adjustable. So you'll be able to open the copper band and
God.
She also made another darker one with opalite as well.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry.
And so we have a new line of
Ben, quit leaving us alone.
I know.
They're going to be coming out.
Oh my God, those are gorgeous.
Because she weaves the whole thing by hand.
Oh my God.
It
gives me like Egyptian goddess vibes too.
It totally does, right? I mean, listen,
wow.
We're here for this. We're here for this. Question for you, Satori or Kristen, whoever. So now the copper wiring, is that because her husband is in plumbing? She's getting all of that like on the DL, or What's going on with that?
For that way, right?
No, I wish it would make it a lot easier for us, wouldn't it? No, she does not. But it's not just copper. She does such amazing things. She'll take copper. She'll just make regular copper. Like I have these brooms, these new and improved brooms that she started making.
Oh my
God.
That's just straight copper. Sometimes she'll antique them. So like age the copper to make it look more like a dark kind of brown talisman type necklace, like this unitite.
Listen, you guys, so much love and effort is going into every single selection of crystal, the work in the jewelry. Like truly, it's
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. She does have silver. Silver is a bit pricier because to get genuine silver wire is a bit more expensive. So everything in the shop, we try to make it as affordable as possible.
Yeah.
But we have to kind of compensate for what the materials are. They're rating on your apartment. Cody, stop it. You're going to get me in trouble.
You broke into the bell cord, didn't you? I knew it.
No.
Listen.
Well, and also explain, because you do them as, you always have some things on your site, but you want to explain how you do them as drops, so in case people don't know how that works.
Yes.
Erin, will you run her website again? Jonathan's asking where you can buy.
Absolutely can do that.
So I have to do monthly drops because we have to gather enough jewelry to drop it, because thankfully I have so much support from people online around the world. Like it's not a complaint. I promise you guys. It's
good problem to have. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing problem to have. So I have to, once a month, I will announce on my Instagram, my Facebook, things like that, that I will be dropping a bunch of jewelry. It's usually anywhere between 25 to 45 pieces of jewelry. And I'll drop them on Etsy at a specific time, usually 7 o'clock on a weekend. And from there, it's first come, first served. So anybody that makes it to the page and can purchase it out there, if anything does survive on the page, I do take them to conventions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do a monthly drop, so it gives my mom and I enough time to make the pieces by hand.
Your poor mom, like by the end of this, she's gonna be like all like the claw. Her hands are gonna be all arthritis riddled.
It's true. I feel so bad because sometimes she's making so many and she'll be like, my fingers aren't working anymore. I'm like, Mom, take a break.
Shake them out.
I
need to shake them out.
I'm telling you what, man. Moms, and it obviously she does this because she enjoys it. It's a fun thing to do with her daughter. I would absolutely do it with Koi. I know my mother would do it. My mom does do it with me with the skincare shop.
Yes.
Perfect.
But she pretty much just sort of like picks the colors and the fragrances, and she's like, oh, I don't know how you're gonna make it. Like, here's my idea, and you figure it out. But there's something that's really special about that kind of a dynamic in creating a business. The energy that you guys are putting into it, not just the physical energy, but the actual emotional, mental, vibrational energy that you're putting into all of your pieces is something that you're giving to the people that are buying them. And that's just sort of carrying that on, which I think is just really beautiful and lovely.
Well, thank you. We definitely try. We put a lot of work into it. And I think the best part about starting the small business with my mom is like, I was raised by this strong woman, and now this strong woman and I being a young woman now, like we're making this business together.
Like full circle.
Cool. Yeah, just us.
So
and it's
fun.
like nobody else. Like nobody's like trying to really get in on, it's our thing, and we're pushing it as such, and that's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it.
It is. That's something that's very special.
I love it.
Erin, do you want to
Carrie, you're up.
I'm up. What am I up?
You're up. For your stuff.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about here?
Who's on first? Who's on first? All right, you want to do the newest or the skincare first? And
let's do the skincare first, because Satori and I have been in cahoots.
You have been in cahoots.
Yes.
So let me switch my banners.
I am obsessed with your skincare line. And I have to say this publicly because I want everybody that's watching to know that Carrie's not making me say this. I am obsessed. Like
I'm all scared.
Body oils, the shimmer body oils. Oh my gosh.
She's going to cry.
I texted her. I was like, please stop.
Like, I know she did. She was like, I'm trying to save money. I'm like, well, if you use this discount code.
I know.
Get you
I'm like,
50% off.
stop it. Stop coming out with nicer stuff.
I know.
Ridiculous.
When she was here in Florida a couple weeks ago, I was like, I got the new flavors for the fall line. She's like, give me. What do they smell like?
I know.
Oh my
I'm
God.
using Erin's. I'm like, sorry, Erin. So sorry.
I'm telling you, and you know what? That's honestly, my mom and I will sit there and we'll be like outside and we'll be having a glass of wine. And I'm like, well, we need to come up with fragrances for the fall. And she's like, you know what I really love? Cinnamon rolls. And I was like, okay. And I look at my vendor and I'm like, they have Cinnabon.
Yep.
Like, it's amazing.
But I'll let you get into it. I'm not gonna like talk too much.
Yeah.
Keep talking
So
about this
yes,
one.
guys, Satori and I are in cahoots. And we'll talk about that here in just a second. But we have a Halloween line coming out that Erin and I designed. It is a witch spell themed. So Satori's photo shoot is very, very apropos. This is one of our bath bombs. This is for Power of 3 to Scented in Country Apple. I am so happy with the way these bombs turned out. This one cracked a little coming out of the mold, which sort of made the book look aged. And which I thought was really cool. And I'm like, I'm leaving it. Yeah, for sure. And then my son designed this. This is, we have our geode bath bombs. And when we're launching the shop at the beginning of the year, he's like, for Halloween, you should make those look like eyeballs. And I'm like, with like veins and stuff. And he goes, yeah. So we created our eyeball geode bath bombs for, let me think, Toil and Trouble. Yes. So these are eyeballs. There is a black obsidian crystal embedded in this bath bomb. There is surprise colors inside each one as well. So when they dissolve, it's really fun and fizzy. And they're made with coconut milk and shea butter and coconut oil. It is really like you're sitting in a tub full of silk. I really am quite proud of our bath bombs. But these are our eyeballs. They're going to come in different colors. Power of 3 are magnesium sprays.
Sorry, I'm squirrel.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Power of 3 is Erin's design. She was like, what about Power of 3? You, me, and the Reiki. I was like, oh my God. So it's scented in country apple. Our magnesium sprays are one of our top sellers. Sandy has a question. Do you have to collect the stones once the bath bomb dissolves? Yes, you do. And so I always want to make sure that everybody knows that the bath bombs do house, except for the spell book, and then the bath bomb for the Erin, help me out. Midnight Margaritas. Those don't have crystals in them. Only the geode bath bombs have crystals in them. Right. So yes, once those dissolve, you'll probably see it, or you'll hear the big funk in your tub. It's all crystals that can be submerged in water, which is why we don't have labradorite. We're not using selenite, like some of your softer.
You have to kind of stay away.
Some of your softer crystals we don't use, but the cryptid sleep, yes, on Handmade by Hawes on Etsy.com. Toil and Trouble, which you guys, I wasn't going to say this, and Erin, you already know the story, but my son. Toil and Trouble is beautiful. It smells like mandarin frankincense. I love it. But my son, I was talking to him about the Halloween lines, and I was like, and this is Toil and Trouble. And he turned around, he was making breakfast, and he was like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? And I was like, Toil and Trouble. And he goes, I thought you said toilet trouble. And I started laughing because it does sound like that. And then he goes, and then I showed him the blue, because that's the color of that line. And he goes, it's like the tablets you put in the toilets. It's even blue like that. And I'm like, you've ruined this entire line for me, because now I can't unhear it.
Oh my God.
It's got a funny story.
And yet it is, yes. So now that's what I call it when I talk to Erin about it, or my friend Jennifer. I'm like, ooh, look at how pretty Toilet Trouble's shimmer oil is. Like, I promise it's not the tablet.
It's not.
It's not. We're not using the Clorox tablet.
I swear we're not doing that.
This line is not promoted or supported or sponsored by Roto-Rooter. I swear. I swear. I'm not doing this to get on Jason Hawes' good side. It literally is just my son and the fact that I tend to mumble when I talk to him.
Oh my God, stop. I can't.
I know. I can't unhear it. I cannot unhear it.
It hurts.
So anyway, yeah. So that's Toil and Trouble.
Oh
God. Yes. So the Halloween line is going to be dropping Monday, this coming Monday. You guys can pick up all of your stuff. Midnight Margaritas is a blackberry. What is it? Black raspberry vanilla. I have to ask Aaron everything. I don't even know. Black raspberry vanilla fragrance. Love Midnight Margaritas. It's so good. It is so good. And this is actually, yeah, mom.
Mom? My birthday, mom.
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 It is so good. I think I might have to make this somehow incorporate this into a permanent collection. But yes, so it dissolves and the tidy bowl man is in your tub. Yes.
I'm the Midnight Margaritas being literally my wedding is going to be practical magic themed. Like it's so
thank Erin. That was her idea. She was like, what about Midnight Margaritas? Because my best friend Jennifer and I love practical magic. We love it. And I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. And so it is all like dark purple and then black. We have the bath bomb, which I'm perfecting, is dark purple. It's like a martini glass that we're going to make a margarita glass, and it's going to have black sparkly salts around the rim, and then this sparkly gold like line that goes down the stem. It's going to be stunning, I swear to God. Hoping it may help with sleep. Oh, Jean, I hope so too. Thank you so much for your order. I'm so grateful. If it is not to your expectations, sweetheart, please reach out to me and I promise I will make it right. But so far, everybody that has insomnia has said that it definitely does help. So please let me know. I will be reaching out to you shortly to find out how you're liking it. Okay.
And then let's talk about your new endeavor.
My new endeavor. Wait, Satori and I, yes. Well,
yeah. You got to talk about the cahoots.
Satori and I are in cahoots. So Halloween is coming
in a good way.
Yes.
Squirrel.
I know, it's ridiculous.
We're like that.
So the holidays are coming, and we have already started planning our holiday line. We're going to be releasing a 12 Days of Christmas Advent calendar. Oh, thank you, Marie. Jean, I would say just a couple of sprays on the bottom of each foot before you go to bed, let it dry, and then you can go ahead and put your feet under the covers. So yes, we are going to be doing 12 Days of Christmas Advent calendar, and we are going to have little miniature samples of products. We're going to have crystals. Mm-hmm. And we are going to have pieces of jewelry, and we're not going to say which one, but you can get a piece of jewelry from Handmade by Hawes. We're very excited to talk about that with you. And quite honestly, that's not the only one. We have other pieces of jewelry that are coming from my my dear friend Amy Moore, Spirit Seekers. Yes, so she is going to be. Oh, please do. So yes, we are going to have some jewelry. We're going to have products. I've been texting Erin pictures today. I'm like, look at this and look at that and look at this. And she's like, yeah. So Erin likes to kind of downplay her role in the shop, and I never let her because the entire business is built upon the fact that it's infused with Reiki. And she is, look at her, oh, bye-bye. And she is the one that infuses it with Reiki. There is no more beautiful energy in the world, or anybody that is more loving and careful with a person's energy than Erin is. And so
thank you.
I absolutely the whole business is basically built on your shoulders. No, don't get scared. We are no
big deal. Whatever, it's fine.
No, we are not. No pressure.
For this up.
It's this little light of mine skincare. No, we're not on Etsy. It is just go straight to our website. Like I said, our Halloween products will be up soon.
And we're scrolling for Miss Holly. We're scrolling the website for Carrie's skincare line underneath right now, so you can kind of see it there. So that is helpful. And
So
then
yes, you will get a beautiful handmade by Hawes piece of jewelry in our advent calendars. They're going to be very, very, very limited edition, guys. And come November, I will release what they're going to look like. You're never going to know what you're going to get, which is the fun of it. My mom and Aaron and I have been having a great time just kind of figuring out how we're going to do this. Oh,
I love
look
it.
at you guys. I love you.
I
Guys.
love it. Oh, sorry. Somehow we're
Yeah.
sending to Cody and Satori too. So we're
That's okay.
we are
It's
bossless tonight. So we're
Listen, we're gonna do what we want to do.
flailing, figuring this shit out.
Yes. The other business that I am starting, honestly, is because of you guys. This show has inspired me to create my own spiritual wellness center. It is all online. It's called Let It Shine Spiritual Wellness. And we are going to be opening soon. We're going to start taking appointments on October 1st. She's peeking around the side at me. They're peeking at me. You guys are peeking at me.
It's so good looking.
It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. But I did really, I need you guys follow me. Oh, hi. Look at you. Oh my God. I love the comments. I get distracted by it. Sorry. But yeah, so it is in tandem with this little light of mine, Let It Shine Spiritual Wellness. We're going to offer over 25 different services, everything from Akashic Records readings, psychic medium readings, Reiki healing, chakra cleansing, resolution therapist. I'm a certified resolution therapist and soul session counselor. So, our website is currently down because there's a glitch. GoDaddy is working on it, but I will post that in our Facebook page tomorrow. But we're basically a holistic wellness center. So anything that you guys could possibly think of or need or want, we have a service for you. So come check us out. We're going to start booking appointments October 1st.
Yay!
Also, I think they're still here. And Tom might have gone to sleep. Tom Owen is going to be hello. Tom Owen, Tammy, Christine Radin, and Zach Bennett are all going to be healers that are part of Let It Shine Spiritual Wellness. So an animal psychic. Marie, I got you. I actually don't know. Tammy, do you work with pets?
Oh,
I think Zach might.
Somebody.
I think Zach, if you know somebody, let me know. We can certainly refer you if we don't offer that service. Okay.
Tom's here. He's awake.
Tom's here. Hi. Okay. Right now I need a total rebuild. Marie, I got you. A pet psychic or Reiki healer. I'm not sure. Guys, let me know if you drop it in. I have a great one here in Rhode Island, done many of animals. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, refer. That's what we want to do. You guys actually were the one that inspired me to create this, because I didn't realize, and Aaron and I talked about this a lot, that this show has been so well received because there are so many people that feel like they're out there floundering in their abilities, in their, whatever it is. I do animal Reiki, but not an animal psychic. Well, then why are you always telling me that you talk to animals? I'm kidding. He doesn't. I'm just messing with Zach. So you guys were really the inspiration for it. And I realized, just kind of listening to your, reading your comments and things like that maybe a more one-on-one approach might be something that would benefit you guys. So I decided to open a spiritual wellness practice. And I spoke with Tom and Tammy and Zach and we just want to be a service to all of you. That's sort of why we're doing it, is just to kind of, like Aaron and I want to do, just help people. And, if you're weird, good. I love weird.
The weirder, the better.
Only hang out with weird. And
as we say in the South, we give it a sweet tea and put it on the porch.
Put it on the porch. Yes, we display it. So,
what does that
yeah.
mean? My little New England brain can't take that.
In the South, you take your weird, you give it a sweet tea, and you put it on the front porch.
I love that.
You not heard that?
No.
That can also go for, we give our crazy a sweet tea and put it on the front porch. It could be anything
you
want to show off.
Listen.
In the South, you give it sweet tea and put it on the front porch.
I love that. I love that.
Us Southerners and our weird
So
sayings.
cute.
Your mom can
I love
probably
your
relate.
slang. The slang when I'm hanging
Brady.
out with you and you give the Southern slang. I love that stuff.
A lot of times they're like, "What?
Who is Brady?
What is that?"
He's so cute. He loves us, and
Brady
they love us.
Brady
And
Baldwin.
oh my gosh, I love you too. I don't know who you are, but you love me, and I love you. You guys will find that flattery will get you everywhere with me. Not gonna lie. Don't tell Jason bats are cute.
Oh, that's what I meant to click on. Don't tell.
Oh my gosh.
Your dad.
Is your dad not a fan of bats?
My dad is terrified of bats. My dad.
We need to get him talking to Zach. I mean, because Zach has, they're like drawn to Zach.
No, yeah, it's bat. My dad will hit the floor. If there's a bat, my dad will hit the floor. He would be like, I quit. Like, there are times that he was filming for like investigations and a bat swooped in and he literally would duck down like he's in battle.
He's like incapacitated almost.
Yeah.
He did that with JV recently. They were
Oh
somewhere
my
and it was like,
gosh.
oh.
Yeah, he's walking out of the room, like practically crawling. Yes.
Listen, Zach, I'm going to tell
armor.
the story just because I feel like, you know, except when they hit you in the, yes. So we were doing a private overnight of Trans-Allegheny and they had, were taking us into like the basement area where the lobotomies were performed. And one of their tour guides, Rhiannon, was a really cute girl. And we were walking through and there's like, I don't know, 12, 15 of us. And Zach is trying to be all Rico Suave and like flirt with her and be just kind of like real cool. And there was a bat flying around. And we were like, there's a bat. Cause you know, they're drawn to the flashlight light, right? Like that's going to stir them up. And so Zach, I don't know where the hell I was. I think I was already out or behind him. I wasn't there for it. I wish I was because I was filming. But this bat flies around and Zach is trying to flirt with our tour guide. And this bat not only dive bombs his head, but hits him in the face and stays there.
Oh no.
It was just hearing the story from Zach is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, and I will take it to my grave in regret that I didn't witness it in person.
No, I caught a bat once, actually.
Did you really?
Puppy.
I did.
Sky puppy.
Cody, it was a sky puppy, yes. And we were at a paranormal location doing an event, and a bat got into the room, and Cody hit the floor. Cody hit the floor, and he grabbed a pillow. And if he's watching this, I'm gonna call him out on it. He grabbed a pillow, and he's like this in the corner. Me and this elderly man, the sweetest elderly man I have ever met in my entire life. He comes running in with a curtain. I don't know where he got the curtain, but he handed me the curtain and I was able to safely get the bat as it flew by in the curtain and get it out and it flew away. And it was an achievement.
I'll tell you what, it's everywhere you go. That's like, at least, well, no, not even back here because Phelps Dodge had bats. Basically every place that's abandoned and they have bats. If they have an opening into the building through a roof or a window or what, there's going to be bats.
Yep.
But we were at OSR in August just last month doing a private overnight. And that area right there, that's like the break room area, they have the vending machines and like the cafeteria tables. There was the tiniest little bat about this big, just hanging from the rafter, just sleeping. We were like, I think it might be dead. It slept there for hours. Like we were making noise. We were laughing. We weren't like pestering it, but I was like, surely this thing is going to wake up and hopefully. He was the cutest little thing. You might see like around me, I have like these mixed tiles around my office and this wall is filled, but they're all pictures of that I've taken at haunted locations. And I think I'm going to get one of that bat because he was just too cute.
I love bats.
I do too. And I didn't know Satori told me about the sky puppy thing because I had not heard that until last summer at our
Big EKB loves bats.
My friend too. We were in Savannah at the first Savannah Paracon. I think Carrie's heard the story. We were at this place called, I think it was called the Davenport Museum. I hope that's right. But anyway, they were, we're in the basement. It's a house, 3-4 story house. We were investigating. There were probably, 25 of us in a group. Andrea was with us, Cindy Kaza. And So they're giving us the ground rules, right? We're in this basement, you know, and it's like it's like an office, right? Because it's a museum. And she's like, okay, we do on occasion have bats. And like on cue, this bat, bless you, comes out of nowhere. I was super excited, bless you, because I know it's coming again. Try the lick.
Could you please get the hiccups? Because I did hear about that.
Oh my God, my hiccups
Patreon
sound like
episode.
aliens.
Your man has stepped in. He does not recall this at all.
Oh yeah, okay.
Of course he doesn't.
Okay.
Selective memory.
Yeah.
So we're in the basement of this house. They're giving us the ground rules about the investigation. They're splitting everybody up. Andrew's got one group. Cindy's got another. Bat comes out on cue. I've never seen people freak out, screaming, trying to run out the door. And I'm just like, oh, he's so cute. Cindy Keza, and I'm not kidding. She's sitting on the floor with her knees up because she's like leaning up against this wall. And I watched her bring her cell phone up and turn the video on.
Oh, yes.
And watch as all these people are losing their minds over this little tiny little sky puppy bat thing. And I'm like, oh my God, he's so cute. Stop screaming. You're going to scare him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's, well, here's the thing. It goes along with crickets, grasshoppers, frogs, like anything that like hops, jumps, or flies, and you don't know where it's going. That's scary. So the fact that this bat hit Zach right in the face, I was like, that's my nightmare come true. Trying to fucking like, you know, hook up or like get like flirty with the hot tour guide. Second nightmare come true. Like if it were me, I would have been like, listen, I'm really sick and I need to leave. I would have been too embarrassed to stay. But
Satori would be like, can we pet him?
Yeah, I know, right?
Right.
Can we put him in our pocket and feed him later?
Right. Yeah, so it's definitely a thing. If you guys haven't done a paranormal investigation of an abandoned building, there will be bats.
There will be bats.
There will
be bats.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, we're at like 9:23. Do you want to get into fact or fate?
Let's answer questions first, because I know we have a couple.
We ended up answering most of them. We did have one. Mary Beth Reamer wanted to know, and I don't know a lot about them. I've seen them.
I don't either. Yeah.
About a grounding mat. I know people that use Satori. Do you know anything about them? We can always research them. I don't know. I know
I'm not
more
going to pretend I do. I'm not going to pretend I do.
I don't either.
Zach might. Zach, if you know what that is, will you either put it in the chat? Zach's an EMT, and so he's just kind of popping in between calls.
Nice.
So if you're still, isn't this an all-night show? It could be. It could be.
It could be.
Not on my 2 hours
all night.
of sleep.
Girls, we're just getting started. I don't care. Whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, listen, I've been drinking wine. I'm like, let's chat.
I don't even have wine. This is just me. You are getting me.
That's
which I love.
I know, I love it too.
And it's not related
any of
to
you
our
be in Gettysburg September 27th. No, I won't. Gettysburg.
What's going on in Gettysburg?
Isn't that
next weekend?
That's not the bash. I don't know what's going on up there.
I only know September 27th. I'm going to be at TerrorCon in Massachusetts. September
27th, cool.
29th, but I don't know in Gettysburg. Is it the Warrens thing? The Warren Con?
Wasn't that?
I think it might be the Warren Con. Yeah.
Okay. I have such a horrible memory.
There are too many cons. I'm like, I don't know. There's too many. A grounding mat stimulates this effect of connecting and can improve your pain or inflammation. Oh.
Fun facts to know and tell. That's
seriously.
what say.
Where can one get a grounding mat, Joseph?
I know you can get them on Amazon. Because I do know that you can buy, like, for bed sheets. They have grounding bed sheets as well. So
grounding bed sheets?
Yeah. I don't
You
know.
need to have your bed sheets help you ground. You've got bigger problems, I think. Why are you so floaty and flighty?
Well, I know it's helpful. You're right. Satori's like ordering now.
Hold on. My life, everything about my life is a problem, Carrie. Hold on, I'm getting.
Is there an Etsy shop for this?
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
but I think too, if you're a person who has insomnia or you,
Sandy, go out and sleep in a tent.
Go out and sleep in a tent. I will say, at our former employer, that was my favorite place to sleep, was the tents. Something about that, just especially when Satori's like, "Oh, bring you your Chinese. Meet me halfway.
Oh, that's
Eat dinner in my
cute.
tent. Yeah.
That might get me into a tent. Chinese food might get me into a tent.
Well, they were trying to get me up to the house, and I was like, I really just want to stay in the tent. She's like, I'll bring you your dinner. And I'm like,
know.
I'll meet you halfway.
I'm such a problem. I try to
In the
make
rain.
Aaron into an extrovert way too much.
I literally would do the same thing, and I would probably throw a fit. I'd be like, give me your dog. Like, come on, like move her physically into the house.
No, I just do the whole, oh, it's okay, Aaron. I know you don't like me right now. It's okay.
But here, let's push you out of your comfort zone anyway.
Right?
Let's go.
It's really easy to guilt Aaron into stuff.
It really is. And you
Yeah.
know that about me, and that's half the problem.
I know that is the problem with Aaron.
We're not even sorry.
Well, there's plenty to choose from. Let's just be honest, of problems to choose from at this stage of the game.
Unless you hear a bear huffing at you. No.
Would a ground mat bed sheet?
Oh, whoa.
That's a really good question.
That is a good. Let's talk about that a little bit. Assist in theory. Assist those who unwillingly astral travel or sleepwalk. I've known sleepwalkers. I've never known anybody that was unwillingly astral travel. Everybody that I've ever known has purposely
Nope, I've done it twice. It was not on purpose. It was another certain boss's fault that I astral traveled on accident. Andrea Perrin.
Where'd you go?
Space twice.
Space.
That's a whole, yeah.
You know what? I try to astral travel and I go to the same place every single time, even though I'm trying to go to Versailles. I'm trying to go to Versailles. I'm trying to poke around that beautiful place, but I end up on this dirt road with a dead tree in the middle of it.
Y'all are like, I want to go to Versailles. I'm like, I just want to fucking go to sleep.
I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever traveled like that.
The only 2 times I've done it, it was Andrea related.
I have weird time dreams. Like I'm in different time periods. That's it though.
You do have weird time dreams.
That's it. But it's like random. It's random.
We need to do an episode on dreams. Why did we not add that to the list?
Because I can't remember mine.
Okay,
I'll be waiting for my invite.
Yeah. I think that is a good one though to knock out. But I do wonder with the grounding sheets and mats, I wonder if it's like anything else. Like if you set the intention to have it help you with insert thing here, whether it's astral traveling or sleepwalking, I don't know if I think there's a lot these tools all have power, like whether it's crystals or grounding, it's sage or it's incense or fragrance or whatever it is that you're burning, using, trying. I think it's only as powerful as the intention you put behind it.
That's true.
What I said.
No, I mean, that's true. I think our subconscious is constantly trying to push things forward into our conscious mind. But sometimes our conscious mind is really stubborn. I know mine is. So in my dreams, I'm constantly having these okay, well, if you're not going to deal with it in your waking life, here you go, bitch.
I think
my subconscious calls me bitch. It's rude, but it happens.
Listen, most of Satori and I's conversations start off like bitch.
I called her like that earlier today.
I answered and she's like bitch. Tom says
lucid dreaming and astral travel episode. Yes.
I sleep in my and still travel.
Where's Big EKB to write that down?
Interesting.
Right, Big EKB, write that down.
Lucid
dreaming.
Right now. Well, that's what's fun. All right,
you have another show you have to monitor.
All right, so we have dreams. I'm gonna write, this is me writing it down.
Astral travel.
You guys are working on the show.
I know, right?
That's why this is a train wreck.
I had a recurring dream when I was younger involving a giant crystal pyramid with a golden Egyptian ankh. It's quite a detailed memory for me.
Interesting.
I mean, it might have been scary for you, but it just sounds so
fascinating. Yeah, I agree. So we'll have
Dragon says my astral travel might be classed interdimensional because it's to a cave that I can communicate with my dragon spirit guide. I really want a dragon spirit guide. So if you know how to get me one, let's talk.
Patty Negri actually has a really good dragon magic class that you can work with, and you can get your own dragon. I did that.
Jonathan, I astral traveled to my ex-boyfriend's bedroom one time.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's actually funny you say that because every time, My son's dad and I are best friends. And every time I want him to do something and I don't know as he's gonna do it, I always threaten him with, listen, do it, or I will freaking show up at some inappropriate time in your life that you don't want me to be there, i.e. in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And because he knows that I can like channel and do all this stuff. And I'm like, so just, have it happen. And he'll be like, oh, right. God, you don't have to threaten that. And I'm
like bitch, I'm not playing.
I will choose violence.
I will.
I wish I could scare people like that.
Well, in a recent video, if I remember correctly, when they had to choose who they'd rather fight between you and Cody, I don't think Cody won that.
No, yeah, that's true. But I don't understand what I did to make everybody think that I'm like such a scary, mean.
It's not that you're scary. It's just you don't put up with shit. Not that he does.
That's true. But that also
like you said, you're a Hawes. You're a Hawes.
That's true. Yeah. Like, I mean, you come from some pretty tough lumber.
They get more trouble because other people don't understand it. So then they get mad and I'm like, but everybody else, like I ask them questions. I'm like, who would you beat in a fight? And they're instantly like, Cody, like I wouldn't fight you. I'm like, oh, like, should I be insulted? Should I be like complimented? Like take it as a compliment? I don't know.
You can't fight her and no one wants to mess with Jason Hawes. No.
True fact.
Not at all. No, you're absolutely right, Vanilla. Past live show. I think we have that. No, wait, that's History of a Haunting.
We'll make one on our end too.
We'll do one on our end too.
Why not?
Let's do it.
Let's do our
questions. Didn't we have?
We don't have any left. No,
none left. Okay.
I think somebody asked about if Satori's other siblings were in the paranormal, but they're not in here anymore.
Oh, well.
Well, still, I have that question too. Are they?
Well, it depends. My sisters were, but they're, they still do things in the paranormal, not as much because they have families, growing families. And my brothers, one of them, I'm starting to take out on investigations little by little because he's very interested and he's the sweetest. Like he's so sweet to the spirits, and I love that. So I've been.
I love that. Yeah, that's very
sweet. And the other two, I think there's a little bit of interest there. They do some things, so I'm gonna start trying to get them out there as well.
Gotcha. So none of, as far as like your siblings, what are there? There's 5 of you.
I'm one of 6.
You're one of 6. Wow. Did your parents not have a TV or never? Anyway, so you're one of 6. Please don't tell your father I asked that because I really love him.
If he's watching right now, he might be.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Please say uncomfortable and roasting things to me more often. I need the laugh.
Oh God.
I'm mortified at the thought, but I need the laugh.
But also it was funny, right? Oh my God. Everybody's like, Satori's face is red. That was funny.
This is what happens when you have 3 people with no filter on one screen.
Literally.
This is how this goes.
Is what happens.
Let's do one more. We did get one more question, and then let's do the fact or faked, and then we'll start to
fact or faked. And then I'm looking for our affirmations. You already put the meme? No, you didn't put the meme up. Did you?
Here's the last question, then I'll do the meme. I have the meme.
Okay.
How often do you think it's astral travelers that are the ones haunting us, sometimes crossing through time? Also a very interesting perspective.
I like that.
It's also entirely possible. What do you think?
That's a good one.
She's like,
that is gonna keep me up tonight. That's not cool.
My brain was like, okay, how often? I don't know. I really don't know.
Have you come across any astral travelers in your?
I've never talked to anybody that's claimed to be from now or a different, the future, anything like that. Really, I've only ever, Cody and I have only ever communicated with people that have said, when they've died, when they were alive. They've talked about death like it's, it's just a transitioning thing. So I've never talked to anybody that's done that.
I haven't either.
Oh man, that's a
Not in
good
that
one.
kind of. That is a good one. So we'll have
That's a good one.
Possible. So
right.
Cody destroyed the paranormal couples put the TV emoji up. I love it.
Cody, stop it. Get out of the chat.
Listen,
He
I'm not
just
the
dropped the
only one that
TV
thought that
emoji.
about your parents. There's 6 kids. Come on.
Hey, listen. Irish Catholic family on ours. There were 4 of us, but that
I mean,
comes up a
listen,
lot.
yeah, Jennifer's from an Irish Catholic family too, but still,
thing.
I mean, like,
That's the
you
thing.
stopped it too.
That is the thing. All right, so we're gonna do our meme. I got the meme. You're doing sweary affirmation, right? All right, so let me pull up
Yeah,
my
but wait,
meme.
you have to do fact or fate. Hold on.
Which order do you want to go in?
What
It's up
happened?
to you.
I'm
Which
just
order
here
do
for
you
the
wanna
party.
go
You
in?
tell me.
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's
Up to you.
Two indecisive people in one.
What? Shit. No way. That's why, again, train wreck.
Welcome.
Okay, so you want to do fact or fake? Is that what you want to do first?
Yes, and then Satori's going to be the one. I told her earlier. I was like, "We're going to put you on the hot seat."
All right, ready for the
dumb.
On that note, hang tight.
Wait. Oh, sorry, I was dancing. It sounds like looks like Satori was too. Okay. Rachel, we'll get to your question here in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So for fact or faked, if you guys are new to the show, and Satori, I know you watch us every time we're on because you're such a good friend.
I do, actually.
And you make our chat go wild when you say hi. Everyone's like, Satori.
I don't know why. I don't know why people like me.
So for fact or faked, what we do, guys, is based on the theme of the show, which you would think was a bunch of bullshit, but we actually were talking about protection, grounding, and crystals. We ask a question. 3 indecisive people. Yes. All right. Wow, judgy?
No.
You're dead on. We make a statement that has been, kind of found in this weird metaphysical world. And then we ask you guys if you know if that is fact or if it is faked. And then we let you know what it actually is. So the statement for this week is regarding crystals. And basically what I'm about to tell you, I think we all know is true. That this size crystal, is not as powerful as this little one here.
The baby one.
So this one, the bigger the crystal, the weaker the power that it has. So is that fact or is that fate?
What do you guys think?
Tell us in the chat. What do you think?
Yep. Wait for some answers to come in.
Tom says false.
Tom says false.
New Light says fake.
Fake. Yep.
Keep coming. Keep coming with the answers.
Where's our Jeopardy music?
Nicole says fact.
We do have one for fact. Okay.
Another fake. Own your answer, babe. Own your answer.
Yep.
Joseph, own your answer. I have no idea.
So fast.
Mary Beth is like, I don't fucking know.
Depends on how you charge
Depends
them.
on how you charge them. Ooh, went a little sneaky. So yeah, this crystal is not as powerful as the tiny crystal.
What do you think, Tori?
Is that fact or is that fake?
Oh, that's fake.
Cody, I have no freaking clue.
Fake.
Miss Satori, does the size matter when it comes?
No, you're not blocked.
No, it doesn't.
You're not blocked.
It's fake.
Mine is bigger.
It's fake.
Right, Brady.
It's fake.
Is that fake?
It is fake. Matters not the size.
No, it doesn't. No, yeah, the size. Joseph.
Nope.
Jonathan, not going there. No, size does not matter when it comes to crystals. It is the intention that you put into them.
Bingo.
Yes, that is.
Sometimes you need a little to be more portable. All right, we do have 2 more questions.
Oh, we do.
Do you want to do those before we do the meme, or am I going?
Yeah, let's do that. These are the last 2 we're going to take, guys. We've taken up so much of your time. So sorry we derailed hard, but you know what? This is what you get when you watch the show.
That's what we do. Yep. All right. Quick question for all three of you. What is the best gem or crystal to use while going to a haunted location for protection?
I use selenite, not this big, huge thing. Because likely if somebody comes at me in the dark, I probably hit them with it. But I do use selenite simply because I found it's a great absorber of negative energy. So
Love it.
Yeah, I use selenite.
So I personally, well, I'll wear a protection bottle first, but crystal wise, I don't want anything that will absorb energy for me. That's just me. Like, I don't want to, in the worry that that's going to take the energy in that environment and kind of manipulate it.
No.
I'll wear something that bounces that energy off in kind of like a force field, like you guys were talking about. So like obsidian, definitely I would do obsidian probably, or something like an amethyst or a tiger's eye for me.
Cool.
I agree on the obsidian. Because I know that's typically specific for more negative energy or negative spirit energy is they're used for obsidian. I also like labradorite for protection, and then black tourmaline. But I do think a lot of it's going to depend on where you are. Like, what kind of haunted location are you at? Are you at a place like a Tala type? Like, because I know for me, as a person who's not an investigator, I am very cognizant of my energy and what happens in spaces. And as Satori just got to see what happens to me in a certain kind of place. I did not have what I would normally bring because it was a museum at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I just didn't think about it. So in a place like that, where it's not like a negative connotation, I'm going to bring probably a tourmaline, but if it's a space where like an OSR or a Tala where the energy is a lot more intense, or maybe there's more of a negative energy where I need it to bounce, I'm going to bring an obsidian. So that's what I would use. But that's just me. So
that's really interesting. We each three had three different answers for that question. So I hope that helps you, Rachel. If it doesn't, blame them because I'm the right one.
Somebody said dragon's blood too, and that's a good one. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Hey, I just figured out what you said. It took me a minute to process.
All right, our last question we got.
Last question.
If your body's energy field is grounded, could that make individuals susceptible to external energy? So I'm guessing if you're asking if your energy is grounded, does it make you more susceptible to an external energy?
That's what I'm reading it as. Yeah.
The question. I mean, my answer is you can pick up energy anywhere, grounded or not. But again, for me, that ties in more to the intention and what did I do to help navigate that situation? Because I think some of us are just sponges anyway. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, you're just going to pick shit up if you're not always cognizant of what you're doing. So my answer would be yes, even if you're grounded, you can still pick up stuff, but that's just in my opinion.
I agree. And simply because that's what I found. Grounded, ungrounded, it doesn't matter. That's just kind of what I found. Erin, and I have said this a million times, I will say it till the day I die. Erin has a really beautiful way of explaining it, is that we just glow differently. So there are just certain energies, whether people know they're putting that energy or that negativity off, there are just certain that you'll just kind of attract like a magnet, grounded or not. It is, again, we've said it a ton on this show. You have to know your own energy.
Yep.
Because like Erin said, she went to Target the other day. She had a great time. She spent $5,000. She came home. She was happy as a cat, but really she wasn't happy as a cat. She was really angry and irritated.
Right.
But yet she had the cognizance to know her own energy, to know that was not her.
It wasn't mine.
That wasn't her emotion. That wasn't her baggage. So we have to be very aware of, like, if it doesn't feel familiar to you, it doesn't feel like you, probably not you.
Right.
So be sure that you do those, those meditations where you ask your guides, you ask whoever it is that you feel is surrounding you and protecting you every day to remove that negative energy and turn it into salt and return it back to the earth with love. If you feel like you have souls attached to you, ask them to remove those attached souls and send them to their most right and perfect place. So in my opinion, I don't think grounding protects you. I think it protects you more from it than not grounding, but I still think you're going to pick it up. At least that's what I found.
What do you think, Tori?
Yeah.
I see somebody's comment, and it does. I agree with that. The energy is all around you. You know, activity. All of this is going to be all around you constantly. I agree that you're susceptible to it either way. I will say and throw this out into the playing field here if this is relevant. When Cody and I communicate with spirit, it's always going to be better if we're grounded. You know, if we're sitting, we're standing, we're something where we're connected to the ground in some way. So it's almost like in that sense, grounding yourself kind of, we have found, creates a stronger connection to being susceptible to energy for us, at least. And that could be different for everybody. I don't know if this is like an electrical charge situation. I don't know. So in that sense, I think, you know, it could amplify. So
I think that's what happened recently with us when you were in town. I think that's what happened. I think when you get, because I got nailed in that, not in a negative way, but I wasn't expecting it. And I do think we talked about it in the car, like you put certain energies in a place together, and it amplifies, especially if you got sensitives, you know, people with abilities.
Oh man. Oh yeah, man. Tell you what, when Chris Allgood and I get into a location, like even at Gettysburg, it was like,
it's
like,
nuts.
You like the hair on my arms like stood up like every time I was around him. There's just some people that you vibrate so high with because, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's just some energies that really lock in together.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
so
depends on purity too, Michael. Yep.
So that's all the questions we had. You want me to throw up the meme for the day?
Yeah, so this is our meme for the day. Everybody, we want you to laugh. I think you probably will. This is basically Satori.
And Aaron. It's you. This is
Aaron
my
and
life.
my friend Zach, actually.
Yeah.
When Satori was here, I was like, I'm not buying any crystals. I don't need any. Whole bag of crystals.
I know. And I look at Cody and I'm like, we need to save up money so we can get a museum. We need to save up money so we can get a good place to live. Like, you know, things like that. All this stuff. And then I'll be like, but I do have like $2 I'm not doing anything with.
Right. I mean, listen,
when in Rome, right?
It was really funny because when we were in Gettysburg for the Battlefield Bash, Zach and his dad were there. And so the three of us went and we like had breakfast and then we were shopping around at all the crystal shops. And Zach and I were like, ooh, look at this. And let's get that. And let's get this. And let's get that. And Zach's dad was like, you guys need to quit spending money that you don't have. And we were like, what? Why? Who brought him? Zach, why'd you bring your dad? But he's not wrong. No. But at the same time, it was like, but it's just a tiny little $15 crystal. Like I need it for my, you know, whatever. And
have it.
It is. It's just there's just something about it that is. Isn't she though? She's so charismatic and relatable.
I'm just too honest, and I put it out on the internet too much. But don't even get me started.
Yeah, need has nothing to do with it. So many crystals everywhere: garage, bedroom, bathroom, bracelets.
Don't even get me started though when it's like a charity thing too. Like you're at a convention and it's like, this goes towards a charity. It's a crystal basket. Let's start the auction. I'm like, what do I have in my pockets? Will they take a necklace? Like, what will I do to?
I have this I have this little Jolly Rancher with lint on it. Will you take that, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it for sure.
It goes towards a good cause. Literally, there was an auction we did at Gettysburg once, and I looked at Cody, and there was a crystal basket, and that's probably why he's laughing. And I looked at him, and I was like, please. And so we auctioned on the basket. It was a good amount, but we got it.
I mean, listen, they had that this year too, and I was like, don't walk by this table. We're walking by this table. Oh my god!
You get what you want, and it goes somewhere good.
So, double win
about
for
just
everyone.
Plain white clear crystals? Are you talking like selenite and clear quartz, or what? I'm sorry, I don't know.
Healing,
I don't understand the question.
Purifying, protection, amplifying. Yes.
Yeah, it's typically, but it's going to depend on the rock too. It's going to depend on what rock you're looking at.
I would be a rich man if it weren't for crystals. That's true.
Wouldn't we all?
No, you wouldn't.
As I'm sitting there packing up my crystals, I'm like, oh god, yeah, I could.
I do love a good clear quartz. The judge. What judge is this? Do we know who the judge is?
I don't know who the judge is, but we're gonna like clear quartz. I love for amplifying. Lithium quartz. I love for anxiety.
Yeah.
Quartz is obviously, I think, isn't it one of the hardest on the Mohs scale? Like you can basically beat the shit out of quartz and nothing's going to happen.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think you can
So that's
like
what it's
actually, yeah, you can actually like carve with it.
Yes. Quartz, I always look at and I'm like, that's
welcome.
protection, that's healing, that's
Yeah.
amplifying. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you
We
prefer,
covered
rough or
this.
polished? Rough.
I
I
like 'em-
prefer
I
raw.
like the raw
crystal.
crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer rough stones, but I do really, really love polished like figurines and statues, though. I
like a frog.
Like a frog. I am a sucker for that.
I do love this. Like my friends give me, this is amethyst. I'm a February baby, so it's my birthstone. So my friend Donna gave me this amethyst heart. Like I know, I listen. All of it is so good. Ooh, look at that.
See, and I have all mine packed.
Oh my!
I know, Aaron. Big ding dong. Look at that one. Ooh, that one's pretty. Look, I love my little like angel aura quartz tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's pretty.
See, we could do this all night long.
We could absolutely do this all night long. Yeah.
Lab. Do you have your lab skull that's got the carvings in
Oh,
it?
I don't have it on me right now, but I do
love
have
that
a lab.
one.
It was a gift. It was given to me as a gift because somebody felt that I should have it, and that was like I cried actually.
Toothlet, yeah, here. This is a. Yeah, my mom. I think my mom gave him to me. I think she sent him to me. Oh, geez.
I have a necklace, clear quartz necklace. I have my labradorite necklace that's ginormous. It's actually kind of hurts my neck if I wear it too long. It's really heavy. My friend EKB, big EKB, did a wrapped rose quartz star for me. Sorry, all my necklaces are in a big bundle.
No, that's fine. I'm going to start showing off necklaces too. I have this garnet that my mom just made.
Everybody sure.
I love that one.
My mom just made a garnet. Here's a fidget ball because I did talk about the fidget necklaces. So here's one with labradorite. And
oh God, I love that. And those are so important. I think that that's such an underserved community. And so I'm really glad to see that you have those fidget necklaces.
Yeah. Oh, I have anxiety really bad.
Yeah.
I suffer from anxiety. I have like tics with anxiety where
for sure. Yeah.
So
they're amazing. They're just, and as long as they're quiet and like, because I know my son used to get, he used to get in trouble because he would bounce his pencil off his desk and it would click and it would annoy the other kids. So they got him like a little squishy tip for it and he would just squish it and it was really quiet and it served the same purpose. So I absolutely get I need to get more crystals. Mine were all stolen. Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Ooh, British Columbia. Let's go to crystal trip to British Columbia, girls.
I will go anywhere there's crystals.
Yeah, just sign us up.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do your
Sandy. Yeah, that would be good for Amanda. When's your next drop, Satori, with the fidget necklaces?
Ooh, it's going to be in October, but I will be bringing pieces to TerraCon on the 27th of September.
Okay,
so probably mid-October is our next drop.
Okay, Sandy, follow our Facebook page. Follow Satori. We'll let you know when that's gonna drop. Yeah, because
I do have fidget necklaces currently up there. I have like 4 or 5 currently in shop that are fidget necklaces.
Okay. Will you run her shop again?
Yeah, totally.
Handmade by Hawes on Etsy.
Smoky quartz, silver, lapis, and silver ankh. Ooh, I could meet you somewhere too, right down the road. Oh, all right. Well, there you go. That's easy enough. Etsy.com/shop/handmade by Hawes. WES.
Yeah, I love it. All right, what's our scary affirmation? And we're going to wrap her up.
2 hours. We will see you back here in 2 weeks. Wait, will we?
Yeah, yes, we'll see you 2 weeks. And next week we'll have, so don't forget on for Dead Air, there's also this lovely lady show. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Cody
and Satori. We alternate weeks with them. And then we've also got Extremely Strange. Oh, wait, don't I have pictures for this stuff? I do have pictures for this. So Cody and Satori show.
There it is.
Ugh, I hate that photo.
Do you? I love that photo.
I do too.
I feel like my head looks like a square.
You should talk to your man about that because that's his current promo for everything. But I love that picture for what that's worth.
I do talk.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. Cody looks really hot in that photo. I'm like, I get why he likes it.
He does, honestly. He does.
The hair game's strong.
He does.
The hair game is strong.
We got Ken's Extremely Strange. We've got the Dead Air.
And his
I know.
wedgie.
Well, what's really weird is that's an AI vision, and it just happened to turn out like it looks just like Ken. I was like, well, that stays. We're keeping that.
Well, you know
I
what?
couldn't do that again
The
if I
one that you
tried.
did of us looks like us. I just tend to wear my hair back most days.
Yeah. And then we got the Sunday night Dead Air show. And I think that covers us on Dead Air for now. All right, what's our sweary? Let's do it.
Oh, did you do the meme?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Sweary affirmation, guys. Last time it was my life is, what was it? I have it here somewhere.
I don't even remember.
Do you remember what it is? I've forgotten. Something about our lives are fucking awesomeness. So something today, like that, yeah, something like that. I'm going to cut the deck. It's a tiny little deck. Today's affirmation for the next 2 weeks. This is what we're going to live by. This is what we're going to carry with us.
Oh, must be good.
Meet up with a friend and have a good bitch.
Erin, I'll be calling you.
See you in about a week. Right.
That's our affirmation, guys. Meet up with a friend and have a good bitch. You don't have to meet up with the friend in person. Have it be online, over the phone. Pour a glass of wine and be like, listen to what this motherfucker said today.
Send me a message on Etsy.
Yes.
We'll see if we can make something happen.
Does Satori do customs? Great show, ladies. Fun. Oh, yay. Thank you, Tammy.
Well, thank you all for joining us, Satori. Thank you for coming and joining the Hot Mess Express with us. And
I love it.
Yes. Oh, Satori, do you do custom jewelry?
Yes. If they send me a message on Etsy and give me an idea of what they're looking for, we might be able to make something.
Okay, good. Are you going to the Warren's Paracon?
I will not be at WarrenCon this year. I will be at TerraCon in Massachusetts on the 27th to the 29th, and then I will be at New Jersey Para Unity early November.
And you guys
yes, which by the way, we will not have a show that week because that's our week, October 31st.
Yeah, and we will all
you guys will be traveling, together. So we will not have a show on Halloween. But if you want to watch History of a Haunting, our episode comes out that Monday, and it will be a Halloween episode, and we will be talking about all of the scary things about Erin and Satori.
Oh no! Well, God, that's a very deep hole.
We're spilling.
All right, last thing for the judge, you can find us. We are on Dead Air Full Spectrum on YouTube is where you can find us.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for everything.
Thank you so much. God, we had a good time with you guys. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you're watching this after the fact, pop questions in. Erin and I check that daily. We try to respond every single day. Also, join our Facebook page. It's called, well, That Was Weird. It is a public group, so come on in, invite your friends. Don't forget, tomorrow is, what is it called? Screw Humility Fridays.
Yes, Screw Humility Fridays. Post all your stuff.
Brag about your stuff.
Let's do it.
Anything about you that you want to brag about. You have a business. You do something really cool. You finally told off that bully from the 3rd grade. Whatever it is you want to brag about yourself. We are here to lift each other up as a community. So Screw Humility Fridays every single week, even if we don't have a show. Pop it in there. Erin and I will kick things off with something that we like to brag about ourselves with. And then, So love and light to you guys.
2 weeks.
Good night. See you in 2 weeks, Satori. Thank you so much for joining us. It was so much fun.
Thank you,
guys.
Yeah.
Soon.
All right.
All right, love you. Bye.
See you soon.